Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, you motherfuckers. What's up, boys and girls? How was that for a little treat? Was that a little surprise? Am I starting to become legit? Am I starting to be too legit to quit? Hey. Well, that's probably a horrible reference, unless you're my age and you guys know who MC Hammer is. What'd you guys think of that? So, I've been thinking like, hey, I really bad need an intro. Now, with an intro, I don't want something super professional, but I wanted something, a little bit nicer than what I could do, and I also wanted it to be me. So, yesterday, I gave a call to my friend John, aka White Mike. Down below, I'm going to leave a link to his YouTube, so make sure you follow his YouTube, and I'll leave a link to his Instagram. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. He's a professional DJ. He works at hotels. Well, he used to work at hotels, and the best part about him was when the hotel would close and it'd be late at night. Well, hotels don't close. He would go to like conference rooms, set up tables, and then ride his bike inside of it. So, and also he rides BMX, which makes it amazing at that. And on top of that, he's a Pokemon master. Now, there might be some people on here saying, Pokemon? Who the fuck does that shit? Well, if I didn't do what I do, which if you guys didn't know, I play World of Warcraft. All right? I am addicted to World of Warcraft. Like, dude. Fuck it, we're going. And I got cut off by some old dude. I got cut off by some old crusty bastard, and my phone fell. I don't know what the fuck this dude's doing. Fuck you, dude. Alright, well, restarting over. I don't know. My phone holder's starting to take a piss, guys. We might have to buy a brand new one, but I wanted to prove to you guys what it's like not editing, so I let the phone fall. But anyway, you guys are probably asking yourself, World of Warcraft, really? You play that shit? Yeah, I play the hell out of that shit. Lately, I haven't been playing it because it's summer and the weather's nice, so I've been going outside and enjoying myself, but when the weather's bad and I feel like playing, I'll play that shit for I could play that shit for 2 days straight if I had enough time to do it. But yeah, my buddy John, we talked yesterday for like an hour, and I know that he does graphics and I know that he likes editing stuff, so I was like, dude, can you set me up with an intro? Of course. Look at this. My phone falls. Freaking sun's in my eyes. I shouldn't be bitching because it's gonna be snowing soon. I got a dope ass haircut. Look at that. Pretty stoked on that. Actually, I'm not stoked on that because I gotta talk about that too. Everything seems to be happening anyway. My phone's just gonna keep falling. I have no clue what I'm gonna do today. Maybe I gotta tilt it out this way. My phone keeps falling. People are cutting me off. I'm in the worst place in the world, New Jersey. But yeah, I talked to John on the phone for probably, it was about an hour, and we just talked about our life and how things are going and our YouTube channels and just everything you can think about, BMX and things that we're both into. And I kind of came to a conclusion that it's really funny that on the outside, when you watch somebody else's life, sometimes that's what you want to be. Like, you can see somebody else's life and you're like, dude, I want to do what he's doing, or I want to do what she's doing. And you sometimes find yourself not happy with what you're doing, or you find things about your life that ain't as cool as someone else's life, because everybody does that. Everybody compares their life to somebody else's life, and then they don't really know the inner workings of somebody else's life, and they don't know if a person has it bad or somebody has problems or something's going on. you just see what you see from the outside and you judge it that way. And I've always found White Mike to be a very interesting character to me. He's eccentric. He's funnier than shit. He's always making crazy videos. His YouTube videos are amazing. Now, when you go on there, you could probably be like, oh, he's only got a few views on these. Well, the reason he only has a few views is he'll make a YouTube channel and YouTube will piss him the fuck off and he'll just erase his YouTube channel. So he'll grow and get up there. Like the last channel he had, he was getting thousands of views on his videos and he was killing it. And then YouTube changed their algorithm, whatever the fuck that word is. And he just got pissed and said, fuck it, and erased all of his work. So I find that funny because if I did a shitload of work, I don't think I'd want to erase it, but that's what he did. And his videos are always interesting. Like, I don't play Pokemon, but I get the idea. I want to catch them all kind of thing. It's pretty awesome. And so he does battles and stuff like that. And then he lives in, is it Louisville? Why do I always want to say Louisville when it's freaking Mardi Gras? Where the hell's Mardi Gras? All right, I can't do it. All right, he lives where Mardi Gras is, and he used to do bar stuff where, you know, you'd go late at night and then you do DJ gigs. So the guy lives a very, very cool life to me. I would see that from the outside. But once I get to talk to him and stuff like that, you know, everything isn't peaches and roses. Sometimes things are a little bit tougher than they seem, and people have, you know, problems. And the problems could be minor to some people, but to other people, they could be major. And I don't know what it is, but John, since I met him like 4 years ago, has always been a good virtual friend. Now, I say virtual friend because we all know nowadays we all live on this thing called social media. We're all on there. That's what we do for our lives. We connect and we talk to people via our phone, via notebook, tablet, computer, what have not, you know? That's what we do. So, I have been talking to him off and on for 4 years. If it isn't on the phone, today is sucking ass. I'm so sorry about this. My phone holder isn't holding it. Nothing is staying together. My face isn't fully in the thing. Hey, come on, walk. I'll run you the fuck over. My face isn't fully in this. Kind of annoying. But going back to like I was saying is nowadays it's totally normal to have a virtual friend. Back in the day, everybody used to have pen pals. They would just write people, and that was the kind of relationship that they had. Nowadays, people do it through social media, and, you know, they DM and they text and they comment, and they develop this relationship because they get to know one another virtually. And so I feel like me and John got more of a relationship than just virtually. He has came here. He is from Jersey, I believe. If I'm wrong, doesn't matter. I'm always wrong. He lived here in Jersey. He came. He was supposed to come and hang out with me and ride bikes and visit me, but he did come to my house. He hung out with me for 5 minutes, so I guess, you know, A for effort. And I consider him a good friend, man. And the things we talked about yesterday were really riveting. They were very powerful. We talked about our mental health state. We talked about our sleeping patterns. We talked about things that made us nervous. And I came to the conclusion that there's a lot of people out there that have similar problems to what I have. To being, you know, a hypochondriac and being afraid of things. Like I told you guys before, I'm super afraid of sleeping because I'm afraid to die. So that's always like a super creepy thing. And he has similar problems. You know, his isn't obviously about dying or sleeping, but he does have similar problems that I have. And we discussed them and talked about them. And it felt good talking to somebody that I could relate to. It felt good talking to somebody that wasn't judging me or wasn't looking at me with that weird face like, really? Come on, dude. It's all in your head. You know, it's good to be able to have a conversation and get certain things out. And it's a lot easier sometimes when it's somebody that's not super close to you. And what I mean, like, say you're in a relationship with your wife or your girlfriend, you know, or opposite, your boyfriend or your husband. And sometimes it's super hard to have those conversations. Sometimes you need a third perspective. You need somebody that isn't close to you in that aspects, because they're not going to hold back. They're going to say things because they care about you, but they don't care about you in that super loving care where they're going to cater to all everything that they're going to say to you. Like, they're not going to hold back. They're going to actually tell you the truth, and they're going to say something. And sometimes it's the truth that you need to hear. And a lot of, I feel like, problems nowadays with mental health is if you go see a psychiatrist, all they want to do is sit there and get an hour session in so they can make their $150, $200, $250 an hour. And they just want to keep doing that. And then they come to the conclusion of giving you some big fucking name so they can tell you, oh, this is what's wrong with you. And then at the end of the session, they just want to give you medication. That isn't what we want. Like, I don't want to be shutted up by taking water and swallowing a pill. I want to discuss, figure it out, and come up. All right, guys. You're not going to believe what happened. When the phone dropped, when the phone fell off of here, it hit the keys that were in the ignition and popped my car key out of the ignition and put my car into nothing. Like, I literally, when the phone dropped, I was going down a hill on the middle of a major highway and my fucking car went into neutral or something. I don't know how my brakes worked. I don't know anything. So I'm on the side of the highway, freaked the fuck out because I thought my car took a shit. And my phone keeps fucking dropping because everything is ghetto. Because like everything, everything's got to be dramatic for me. But back to the topic. The last thing that anybody wants if they go and see somebody to get help is to be given another addiction or giving some other solution that doesn't help the problem. For obviously it's gonna null or numb your senses, and that's all it's gonna do. It isn't gonna take it away. As soon as those pills and medication wears off, you're gonna go right back to square one. Counseling's really good because those guys care. They don't want to give you medication, and they want to get to the root of the problem. And in all honesty, that's what I need. Now, the other thing, like, you can go to group shit. See here, nobody wants to let you on the highway, so you have to cut your way into the highway. I wish you guys could see how driving is here. It sucks ass. Group counseling, I love that because there's more than one person with a problem, and you can actually listen to what they have for a problem and come to the conclusion that your problems ain't as bad as theirs. This is a very extreme one, but there's nothing wrong with it, going to a psych ward. Now, if you feel like you're going to become physical towards yourself or towards others, and you're having a hard time coping with anything, going to a psych ward could be a solution. Now, I know that there's a lot of negativity towards that, and people feel like it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I've been to a psych ward a couple times. I'm not ashamed of it. Obviously, I'm not proud of it. And I'll tell you, when you first get in, you're going to go see a psychiatrist. You have to. They're going to evaluate you. They're going to give you medication. Now, the only reason they're going to do that is because they want to calm you down, because the majority of people that are into a psych ward are super hyper. They could be violent, and they could be harmful towards themselves. So what they're trying to do is calm you down. And usually that'll calm you down. You'll end up falling asleep in your padded room or your 2-cell room or whatever they put you in. Mine was weird and padded. They put you in that. you get like the best 12 hours of sleep. You end up waking up, you get up, you go have breakfast. It's the most unusual breakfast of your whole life because you're surrounded by a crazy amount of people that you don't know, and you know we're all in this situation for some crazy thing that we've done to ourselves or to others. And you eventually get into groups, you start talking about things, and you start opening up because you see other people have worse problems than you. And sometimes comparing yourself to somebody else that has something is easier for you to cope with what you have. Or it makes it more sympathetic towards them, and you realize like, hey, maybe what I'm going through or what I'm doing isn't as bad as what this person has. Maybe this is the solution that I need to do to take care of this problem. So going back, just talking with White Mike and realizing like, hey man, we're not all perfect. You know, take me for example. Like I ride BMX all day long. I work in the BMX industry. You know, I'm always smiling, I'm acting goofy, but it doesn't mean I'm always super happy. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my life, and I've bottled it all up. And eventually, sometimes it erupts. Now, I have a girlfriend in my life that makes my life way easier, and she's just so beautiful, and she takes care of me, and she helps me see things that I never saw before, and she just doesn't cater or baby when I'm having an episode. So if any of you guys here do suffer from mental illness, or I guess that's a really bad word to say, just have problems, usually you're gonna have an episode, and if you have somebody in your corner and they can talk you through it or talk you out of it or soothe you over or change your mind, it's really, really helpful. Because I'll be very honest, I've had relationships before this one, and the way they treated me was absolute shit and abuse, and I didn't like it, and it didn't help, and it escalated the situation. And that's why I've been to a psych ward, is because of people that I had in my life. On an ending note, I just want to say thanks, Mike, for making an intro for me. I told you guys that I didn't want to do anything professionally, but I wanted to make it kind of clean. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the intro. If you guys like it, write some comments, talk about it. If you guys have some suggestions, let me know. This is just a rough draft. I'm doing this one, and then I got another friend that's going to make some animation and another way of doing one for me. So I'm going to end up having two. I don't know which one I'm going to stick with. I don't know if I'm going to scratch it and do something different. But I just wanted to try to have something so I didn't have to repeat myself and say the same thing every single morning. Even though I love saying that shit. So leave me some comments, like this. If you're having problems and you feel like your head's about to explode, or you can't get any sleep, or you find yourself drinking yourself to sleep, or you find yourself smoking yourself to sleep, write me a comment below. Let's talk about it. DM me. Hit me up on Instagram. You guys know I answer all my Instagram messages. I try to. Unless if you Instagram me bullshit, then I'm not going to answer you back. But if it's something that's, you know, truthful and you honestly need some help, I'm going to talk to you, because everybody needs somebody to talk to, and I'll try to be there as much as I can for you. So make sure you guys like the video, share the video on Instagram and Facebook. Leave me some comments below. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when my next video comes out. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I love you all. Have a great day. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah. Sorry this video sucked ass and I kept dropping the phone and it kept falling off there. I'll get a new thing to hold my phone, and I'm glad my car didn't shit the bed, because that was scary. All right, guys. Love you.